Hello, everyone. You are listening to WIDR Kalamazoo, and this is The Pop Effect with your hosts, Paige,
Emma,
and Olivia. Hello, angels.
Okay, does anybody want to list off our topics for today?
Olivia, you want to do it?
Alrighty, so in chronological order, because we picked the order, our rule, our podcast, our rules. First, we have Beyonce's Renaissance tour. Lots to talk about with just Beyonce as an icon as she is.
Yeah.
Next, we have Sam Smith's I'm Not Here to Make Friends music video. God, there's so much to talk about. Oh, God. Then, Pamela, A Love Story. We have so many comments about this. We might take 5 years for that itself, but I swear it'll be worth your while.
Yeah, I think that could be like a whole episode by itself.
Literally.
We watched it last night at like midnight, and it changed our lives.
And then lastly, we have Titanic. It's the 25th anniversary, and we will share what we are doing to celebrate this big monumental moment. But going back to what I said at the beginning, Beyonce's Renaissance tour. This is huge.
Huge. Because
this is huge.
So she just performed in Dubai for like the first time in so long.
I think it was
for
5 years.
Yeah, and it was for $25 million.
So this tour is going to be actually so huge.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw that, or I didn't see actually. My mom told me, Mom, if you're out there, thank you for this information.
Thanks, Queen.
That the nosebleeds are $400.
$400 for nosebleeds?
Yeah, like the main floor is like $1,000.
That's insane because I know that everything comes back to Taylor Swift for us, but when you think about Taylor Swift, like I got decent tickets for $200. And they're like close. So nosebleeds for $400. I get that it's Beyonce, but still.
See, but what I think is interesting is that she didn't do it through Ticketmaster. She just had it on her website.
Yeah.
So there was no pre-sale where you got the cheap tickets because you were waiting in pre-sale for 6 hours. You only get cheap tickets nowadays when you're in pre-sale, and Beyonce just completely eliminated that. And then it went right back to like the scalpers who make money off of like innocent people who want to go to see their favorite person.
Plus $400 as a starting price is insane. Like most artists, even like the whole Blink-182 thing, they started off with like $600 and it got up to like $1,000.
Yeah.
So think about $400. And for Beyonce, like I know that it's Blink-182, but Beyonce's are gonna be a lot more expensive. So there's gonna be people paying $2,000 to $3,000 for nosebleeds.
I feel like whenever a tour is announced, you have to expect that the tickets are going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we as a society need to really be careful about who we're going to. Like, go to the artist that you want to go to. Don't go just to go.
Exactly, yeah. Like the whole, like, everyone going to see, like, certain artists, like, 10 times thing.
Yeah. I'm just like, why?
It's just, like, it keeps the money flowing for the rich people and taking money from all the people that can't exactly get rid of it.
That's your personal thing. If you want to go see Harry Styles 10 times and literally drop 50,000 bands, that's on you. That is your future house loan that you can deal with. But there's two things that I think are really interesting about just not only just Beyonce but the tour. For starters, she's starting in Europe.
Yeah.
Which I feel like never ever happens. Like they always start in North America. I think we were talking about this before Emma got back from work, and it was the fact that she doesn't need the money because she just made $25,000, not $20 million. My apologies, from literally just performing in Dubai.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I think it is kind of normal for artists to start in Europe if they're from Europe, but it's almost like pretty much what you said. It's unheard of for an American artist to start in Europe.
There's also this thing that fans have been talking about where people or like celebrities, music artists announce like world tours, but then they only go to Europe and North America, and like within Europe they only go to like a couple places, and it's not like actually like, the whole.
The only artist I have seen go past Europe is Conan Gray because he's going to Asia. That is the only literal artist I've seen in years go anywhere but Europe and North America.
Even then, they'll go to like maybe 5 cities in all of Asia, and they won't even like they'll go to maybe 3 countries.
Yeah, it's just like weird when celebrities say like world tour, and then they go to like 2 continents, one they already live in.
It's so funny. It's like just say 2 out of 7 continents. Like
I don't know if Beyonce said world tour.
I don't really
No.
think
I don't
she
think
did.
it did, but that's just like a thing that's
Also,
been
you
happening
can't.
recently.
Who cares what Beyonce says? She is uncancelable.
I know. No, Beyonce.
I hate that word. That word is so overused. But literally, because going into it, people tried to start drama with her because she performed in Dubai, and Dubai is like not the best with.
It was pretty much like her just a millionaire getting millions to perform in front of a bunch of other millionaires.
No,
Yeah, but it was the fact that she went to Dubai. Dubai is very openly homophobic to LGBTQ people, and that's literally not. I'm not saying that a straight man can't listen to Beyonce, but her demographic is like girls, and then the girls and the gays.
Yeah,
like
The girls, the gays, and the
Well,
theys.
he
Yeah.
really is a queer icon.
Yeah.
So I personally just like don't know enough about the situation to like have an opinion about it. But I can understand people getting mad at her. But then I've also heard that there are other artists who who got more hate than she did or less hate than she did. So it's like these people aren't getting like accused is not a good word, but like equally.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
not equitable.
I don't really. I feel like I've seen a lot of tweets being like you would do it too for a check. Like she took their
doesn't
like
need
homophobic
that.
money and left, it's the same thing where it's just like literally she's Beyonce. She's literally been around since the dinosaurs are here. Not saying that she's old, but I'm just saying she literally is everywhere.
icon for that
She's
long.
everywhere. She is literally a stunning icon. Like literally, why are you gonna try to cancel Beyonce?
Yeah.
I don't care if she performed in the swamps of, I don't even know, the swamps of the Antarctica. I don't know.
I thought you were about to say Shrek Swamp.
The swamps of Antarctica.
I would love to visit the swamps of Antarctica.
Like only ice.
The ice melting in Antarctica. That's where she'll
That's where
perform.
Lord hibernated for like 2 years in the swamp.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh, that just ugh.
Okay, should we talk about like the album Renaissance?
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's so good. It's very like ballroom.
Yes.
Which I love.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's so like queer Vogue culture.
Yes. That's
Obviously.
that's such a good way to put it
It's
actually.
literally like, have you heard the song Heated? Mm-hmm. That's literally like Vogue commentary.
Yes.
if you're in
Literally.
a ballroom. Like, I'm not kidding.
I listened to it and I was like, this sounds like something that I would hear at like a show.
Yeah.
Like a drag show or a ballroom show.
No, it's literally so epic. Especially America has a problem. Oh, I know it's like blowing up on TikTok, but like it's worth it because I see all the edits. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I truly think Heated is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my entire
Really?
life. It's so good. It is so amazing. I also love Plastic Off the Sofa. Such a good ballad. I think that this was just such a monumental album, like in her career. It's so different than anything she's ever come out with, and it had a specific target audience, which made it more personal to fans.
It was a different
especially-
target audience too.
Yes.
But okay, it's a different target audience, but it's like the target audience who has been with her the longest.
Exactly.
Like, I think it's like her truest fans. Like this
Yes.
album was for her truest fans, which obviously like this album was not for us.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Like, we were not the target audience.
I enjoy
but
it, but-
I love the reception that it got, and I love that so many fans were like able to have this album.
Yeah.
I love it.
two things. One, Dad, I agree. Ticket prices are insane.
Yeah.
Giving you that shout out. Second off, I think this goes so great with the conversation that Taylor Swift makes a lot about how we're out of like the mindset that, oh, when a woman is 25, her career is over.
Yeah.
And now I don't know how old Beyonce is. I literally think
I think
she
she's in
looks-
her 40s.
She looks 23. Like she looks stunning.
I know.
But
she's
it's the
like
fact that
Literally.
she has like been here for so long doing this, obviously longer than Taylor Swift, but like just the same thing where we're starting to realize, oh, a woman does not need to stop a career just because she turns a certain age.
No.
Like
exactly.
it's so prevalent now with Beyonce. If Nicki Minaj comes out with their album, that will still be iconic. Taylor Swift, like age is just not a number in Hollywood anymore, which is really nice to see, and that will definitely be talked about in Pamela, A Love Story. So get ready.
And
Wait, I'm saying flash forward,
Flash forward.
foreshadow.
Foreshadow. Okay.
And going off of that, like Beyonce is a mom.
Yeah,
She's
a mom of
that, like,
3.
Moms can do literally anything.
You go, moms. This is for you, moms. We love you.
She also still has young kids too, which is a lot harder to deal with. Like having like a bunch of kids who are pretty much fully independent, like 15, 16-year-olds who can like function on their own. She has like young twins. And I mean, Blue Ivy's kind of older, but
how old is she? Like,
she's old enough that she can like make mac and cheese but not be left alone.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, Grammys are on tonight, which we will be talking about next week.
So this is about to be really interesting.
If she wins for album of the year.
I know.
There's a lot of people against her. I just hope that I love Adele, but I hope she doesn't win because I am scared for her safety. Because this will be the second time that she's won over Beyonce.
Yeah, I'm so scared.
I'm
not
so
even gonna
scared.
lie. I did, just personally, the kind of music that I like, I enjoyed Lemonade more. So I feel like Beyonce had a better chance of winning that one with her album, but this time I don't think Adele's album was as good as
No, I don't. I think all the people in the category have a better shot of winning than Adele.
Yeah.
So
to be fair though, Adele did immediately understand the gravity of her winning against Beyonce. She was like, I don't deserve this. She literally broke it and was like, here you go. At least she paid her respect. So like, if
that happens again tonight, I would just give it to her.
Just give her the entire Grammy.
I would give it to her.
Be like, here you go. Be like, Beyonce, come up here, give a speech.
It's the same equivalent to everybody knowing that Ariana Grande should have won Album of the Year for Thank You Next over Billie Eilish.
That's Lana Del Rey.
That is also true.
Okay.
That is also
the
true.
thing is,
she was nominated against both of them.
That is also
the
true.
Grammys are kind of a popularity contest, and while Lana does make beautiful, beautiful music, she's not as popular as either of those two.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But she deserved it.
She did.
Okay,
it's gonna just be. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because.
Oh, and
I'm hoping that we could come back next Sunday and say that Olivia Rodrigo teased her new album or whatever because she's a presenter tonight.
Oh, she really?
Yes. I have tabs on that woman.
I know. Olivia loves Olivia.
Like, I have tabs on her. I have spies. Wait, I got a little too first. Wait, I don't got
Olivia. Olivia, please do not incriminate yourself on the radio.
I don't got spies. Please don't attack me. But I don't know what it is. I'm not getting into it because we're not talking about Olivia today. But I love the fashion. I feel like Beyonce could win.
I have a really good feeling. Like, my intuition
that'd be
is
perfect for her. It would.
It is the scammies though. Like, it has become.
It is, but I feel like after you don't give Beyonce one, oh my God, if you don't give okay, alrighty, round 3. If you do not give Beyonce the award and you see the gravity, why would you even nominate her just to like literally like mess up everything you have going?
Beyonce. I can never see her topping Lemonade. That's literally one of the best albums that I've ever heard in my life. I still listen to it like a lot. If she did not win for Lemonade, I just don't see her.
Like, I feel like that happens with a lot of people.
I just lose so much faith.
Yeah, but my thing is like, it's literally a recreation of that same Grammys, and I feel like it's going to be a different outcome on purpose.
That's true.
So that the Grammys can be like, sorry about that one year. Like,
sorry about that.
Grammy. Also, Beyonce is like the most nominated person of all time. She's like won the most Grammys of any person like ever. I'm pretty sure. Should. So like, it's just this is gonna be so good.
I'm seriously afraid. I think isn't Bad Bunny nominated for this category as well, if I recall?
Yeah. I think
if anything, it's really just between Beyonce and Bad Bunny. Yeah. In my opinion.
I also think Kendrick Lamar is high up there too.
That is true, but he's been snubbed so.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he's like.
I would agree. Like, they're like the holy trinity, just because Bad Bunny. He came out of nowhere. Literally, all of a sudden, he was... Okay, not that he came out of anywhere, but like...
In North America.
Exactly.
He came out of nowhere.
Which is just obviously interesting because...
He was already popular
it seems like
in South America and Europe.
Well, obviously, since we live in North America, we think that everybody revolves around us.
Oh my God.
Actually, I just learned that, and like, it's like ethnocentricity or something like that. Where like
when people are like, Bad Bunny is huge, I'm like, he's not huge in America. And they're like, well, there's other countries. I was like, wait, you're so right.
Yeah. Like, no, like when you think about it,
the world is just America.
No, but like, I literally like, I don't don't think because I mean I've been to Jamaica when I was like a little kid. Very thankful for that. Thank you parents and grandparents for that. Appreciate y'all. But like I haven't been outside of the country since then, so I like you know I feel like if you have more culture, you're like wait a minute, okay.
Yeah, kind of like how Priyanka Chopra, like how she came over here and everyone just sees her as Nick Jonas's girlfriend. I mean wife. But in reality, she's like an A-list celebrity in India, and India's huge. So
moral is Beyonce's just a slave. That's my our consensus.
Beyonce's just a slave.
Just a reminder, you're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM online at widrfm.org.
All right, leading into the gays. The gays.
More music.
I literally, honestly, kind of perfect. We have music and then we have documentary / best movie of all time. So this is really great. Sam Smith, I'm Not Here to Make Friends music video. I watched it. I loved RuPaul in the beginning. Yay. I was like, let's go.
Nice.
Okay,
that's not in the song though. I was so sad it wasn't in the song.
But okay. Before we even get into, let's just rate the music video. I think it's a great music video. The costuming is phenomenal.
I thought the costuming is so cute.
Like, looks phenomenal. The dresses, the really fuzzy pink one, phenomenal. I love the hat piece, like with the feathers, phenomenal.
I love I was about to say, I love the like headpiece and the black gown.
I like the take that Sam took where it's kind of like their Marie Antoinette.
Yes.
But like in like a silly gay way.
Also, there was a drag
queen. Yeah, it's so good.
Also, there was a drag
That's not his best outfit though.
From Drag Race France.
There's better ones, I promise you. Yes.
I was playing the piano. So
like he just had everyone jamming out and I was like, I respect that. But of course
there was a lot of
we're not just here to talk about the video. We might like it. But apparently, people had a problem with it.
People just have a problem with, like, queer people being so, like, expressive about themselves. And there's been a lot of, first of all, I know you didn't mean to, but there's been a lot of misgendering.
Yeah.
Sam Smith goes by they, them pronouns.
Oh, okay.
People purposely use other pronouns.
Yeah.
Bro,
as, like, an insult almost.
And, like, in all comments around anything Sam Smith related, there's always people saying bring the old Sam Smith back, which I have a huge problem with because like the Sam Smith who had to pretend to be straight for so long so they
that's
could
awful.
Actually, get somewhere in their music career, and now that they're finally like
they were huge for like 2 years before they came out.
And now
even just coming out as gay.
Yeah, exactly. So now that like they're finally like exploring who they are and expressing that, people have a problem with it. It's so annoying.
It's so irritating because watching the music video, you could just see that they're so happy. Yeah, they're expressing themselves the way that they want to, and that just should not be a crime. Like, nothing that Sam did in that music video is offensive.
No.
Literally, everyone has had a music video in like a castle. Lana did it for Born to Die. Taylor did it for what's it called? Blank Space. Jonas Brothers did it for at the same castle for Sucker. And even for Sucker, they had like crazy outfits. Like all the wives were dancing around having fun. What is the problem with Sam Smith wanting to just like have a little fun?
It's literally the only difference is that they're queer.
But I think also what goes into it is the idea that only skinny people can be expressive, because people are like, well, you let Harry Styles do whatever. Also, Harry Styles has never come out ever. He can wear what he wants. No one's saying he can't wear what he wants, but he has never openly come out as gay. So having that comparison is just false, because Sam has come out as gay and now my apologies, they are literally getting crucified.
Exactly.
And Harry just Harry just benefits off the fact that he appeals to gay people.
It's because everyone, all of like the young, and frankly, half the people that are like upset at this are like the target audience for Harry Styles. So like the straight young girls or like the gay guys that are like Let's be honest.
I just
literally like
I just
don't
literally
like
don't get
anyone
it.
that's not white and male.
Skinny.
But
Like
I just don't get it because Lil Nas X has been dressing literally like iconic for years. So why are people acting
No,
like
people-
Sam Smith is the first like person to literally
do
ever
also-
wear a dress?
people were like very upset with Lil Nas X. Like, do you not remember that music video?
Yes, but it's also the fact that Lil Nas X has not like been around, but it's just been more openly like whatever he wants to wear, which I respect that.
Yeah.
Sam has now been expressing after you've had like Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
So it's like we've seen an openly gay man dress like this. So why is it a problem that Sam also expresses themselves this way?
I think it might have to do with the fact that Sam identifies as non-binary and Lil
that
Nas
could do
X
it.
does identify as a man. And so a lot of people are kind of like hold him higher as being like, oh, well, at least he still identifies as a man. He's masculine, whatever. But because Sam Smith is non-binary, it is kind of like transphobic.
And like, again, fat phobia.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
100%.
Literally.
If any like skinny person was
Were to
wearing
do that?
the same thing
Exactly.
that Sam was wearing, everyone would be like, oh my god, it's so amazing.
I know, like-
and then the fact that it's just because Sam Smith has gained weight, I'm just like, what? Like,
Because, I
why
mean,
is-
yeah, that happened with Lizzo. When
Exactly.
Lizzo just wants to wear what she wants, gets crucified. I mean, crucified every day for just dressing how she dresses. So, like, you can't wear like that. It's like, you're going to tell her what she can't wear?
Yeah.
She's making millions and millions, and you're probably sitting in your mom's basement on her, like, 5-year-old computer. Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
And I do think it's sad. Like, I think that a lot of people, not just non-binary people, but like men and women can relate to being treated differently based on their
Yes.
size. Like, I know that I'm still small, but I used to be about like 50 pounds lighter. And I do notice like a difference in like treatment of things. Like, people will go out of your way when you're like really skinny, like model, whatever, like considered like a size like 2, size 4. They'll go out of your way to be like, oh my god, you're so pretty no matter what you're wearing. And then like once you kind of get up there, then it's like they'll be like, why are you wearing that? Like, that doesn't look good on you.
yeah, but like that's also just like growing up. Like,
I know.
you gain weight
I
as you
know.
grow up.
Literally.
And like Sam Smith is not the same age that they were
I know.
Exactly.
years ago. Like, you're
Aren't they
gonna
like
grow
approaching
up.
their 30s?
I'm honestly not sure.
Because
But
like
it's
you can't
just,
expect a 22-year-old to look the same 10 years later.
It's like the same thing with Lana. Like, they expect her to look the same as she did during Born
my
to Die.
God,
And I'm like,
it
she's
is
like 26.
26. Yeah, 26.
Something, and now she's like 30.
Yeah.
She's not gonna have the same body.
Exactly.
That she had.
It is just, I think it is just so deeply rooted in our heads. It's so deeply rooted, and that just, it has to break the mold. But it's like, how many people can quote unquote break the mold and we all still think like this?
Yeah. It's because in society so long it's been like skinny is pretty. Like, the smaller you are, the prettier you are. And so it's like, I know that lately it's been like very much like body positivity, but I think it's still like,
Oh, it's so fake.
the mass. Exactly.
It
like,
is
everyone's
so
still like,
fake, because a quote unquote like fat person that they show on TV is literally just medium, and it's making
like they're
it's
literally
just curvy.
making, they're not fat. they're just
Literally, it
curvy,
is
like-
making people probably have body dysmorphia for the fact that
Yeah.
that body type is considered fat. No, that's a regular woman like trying to protect her organs, like the whole 9
know.
yards.
Also, I hate that, like, as a society, we grew up like thinking fat is like a bad word, and we're
Yes.
about people like,
I
oh my
know.
God.
people are fat. That's okay. That doesn't like dehumanize them in any way.
Sometimes it literally makes people happier to just like have a little weight, and there's nothing wrong with
I know.
that. There's literally nothing wrong. If you feel more comfortable not being a twig, go for it.
Yeah.
Literally, that is your body. You could do whatever you want with it. You can make it, well, actually, please be safe with how you like choose to like put things, but like, you know, just like, there's no problem with somebody gaining a little weight because they like, you know, they feel better. You probably
Yeah.
like, it is just insane how it's like we never seem to move forward.
I know.
Ever.
I'm really scared that it's just never gonna happen.
I know.
Oh, it keeps me up at night. It literally does. This is why I'm not having kids.
Same. Like, I never want my kid to be like nervous about anything.
I know.
No.
I do want to have kids, and that's what I'm like nervous about, because I'm like I want to have multiple kids, so there's a good chance that I'm gonna have a girl. So I am just like very worried about like how I'm gonna like raise her with like being like, please don't feel these things. Also, I would like to add on the idea that in a lot of people's heads, at least growing up like with the whole like 90s, early 2000s like diet, fashion, like trendy stuff.
Oh God, yeah.
It isn't everyone's head that skinny is healthy. I am telling you right now, the majority of people that I went to high school with, like all who I like was close with and was like the girls that were like super skinny, literally some of the most unhealthy people I have ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And then the girls who like are actually have like the average like body type for a girl, a guy, whoever, like non-binary, they are healthier than the people who are like a size 2, a size 4, like size 0, whatever.
I hate the whole concept where like you look healthy.
Yeah,
where it's
I
like
know.
people should like feel healthy.
It is. When people say that, it actually makes my skin crawl because I'm like, no.
People will like see a fat person and they're like, gosh, that person like needs to start working out, and little do they know that person's been working out for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like
and like getting healthy, and like not that they weren't healthy before, but just like feeling healthier for themselves. And then they see a fat person working out and they criticize how they're working out.
I know.
And it's just
It's
like
never ending cycle.
Yeah.
It's just,
there was like,
it's just always hatred.
I know. There was like this one, she had like a show on like Lifetime or TLC where she was like a literal fitness instructor, like worked out like 2 to 3 times a day. And she was still like what society considered to be as fat. And everyone was like, oh my God, she's just not working out enough. And like this girl literally was eating like, she was an athlete. Like, and she had a show about it. And so they were literally showing like, not everyone is just going to be a size 0 just from exercising, and not everyone that's not a size 0 is not healthy. Like it's so backwards in the way that people think. They think that the media is going to be able to teach them the same thing that you can learn in a medical degree. Like,
I think
just because Facebook tells you something does not mean that it's true.
I think the main problem is that, there's more, people of color, different body sizes, just in like Hollywood now, which is really good. But the problem is that I just don't think it's enough, because we're all like in the mindset of, oh, like that's just how it is. And it's like, that doesn't have to be how it is. Like sometimes I will literally catch myself be like, like that's just how it is. But I'm like, no, that shouldn't be just how it is. Like I shouldn't just have to sit here and listen to Sam Smith getting ragged on for just wanting to have fun and just being like, like I've seen it before. I've seen people like them get attacked. It sucks, but like it shouldn't be just how it goes.
And there's a lot of people that are like, well, I don't like Sam Smith, so I don't care like how they're being talked about. Literally, it does not matter if you personally don't like Sam Smith.
Yes.
You should not accept that type of behavior.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Because next thing you know, they're going to be saying that stuff about your friend, about your mom, about your siblings, about people that you really care about, and then that's going to be an issue.
Just the biggest takeaway: just let people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Literally, it is not a crime to just let somebody mind their damn business. Just literally go sit in a corner, be thankful that you're with your family, you're living life. Mind your business.
And if you don't like it, whatever, you don't have
to make a comment. You don't
comments about it.
Like, it's not hurting anyone. No one is being like negatively impacted by this. In fact, the majority of the people that are watching this, it's going to have a positive impact, no matter if they realize it or not, because it's going to like expose them to someone who is like openly themselves, openly happy, openly queer, openly like expressive.
But now seeing that somebody who's non-binary being treated like that, non-binary people are going to be like, wow, this is how society treats me.
Yeah.
obviously. It's so, I feel like it's arrogant to just say like, just love people, because that's just, I literally said like 5 minutes ago, I'm just contradicting myself. Like, it's just, it's so irritating. But just don't make a comment, please.
You can have thoughts.
You can have thoughts. You can literally, I would hate to say it, but you could rag on Sam all you want in private, but just don't take it to social media because it just adds to a conversation. If you just can't comprehend it, that is fine, whatever, but you just do not have to bring it on social media where another non-binary person is going to see that and go, I'm literally afraid for my life.
And if you can't understand it, you're probably not the target audience.
Yeah. It's just not for you. Sorry.
Straight men can listen and watch whatever they want. No one's telling them they can't, but Sam Smith did not make that video for straight men, and that's okay.
Except for my dad. My dad loves
Hey, let's go! Woo!
Also, Sam Smith has never made music for straight men. They have literally always made music about their being in a relationship with a man.
But well, after they came out,
it was
their first.
Even
their
then,
first
it was still
was.
It was still probably
straight coded.
It was straight coded. But even then, still, Sam has just never it was just never for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you think it was. It just never was for you.
Anyways, let queer people just exist.
Please. Thank you.
You're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM, online at widrfm.org. We're going to take a break.
Yeah, don't leave, please. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, don't leave. Okay, bye.
Hello, everybody. We are back. Whoa. That was not a body experience saying that, and I said it myself.
I wish we could say that we have a lighter topic, but this one's still kind of heavy. But
Listen.
we're ending on Titanic, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Titanic will be fun.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We watched Pamela, A Love Story. It's a documentary released on Netflix about the one and the only Pamela Anderson.
Icon.
And her life throughout the years.
And it was just it was her telling her own story.
Yes.
Yeah. She controlled the narrative.
It was definitely a choice for us all to watch it together because we were literally speechless for an hour and a half after.
I'm not even no offense to the two of you, but I wish I would have watched it alone so I could cry.
Oh, same.
No, I was there were points where I had to lean over and go and okay, I will say this is one of my worst traits. I talk a lot during shows and movies.
I was very proud of you.
I said almost nothing. I was speechless, and for me, that's how you know that documentary was mind blowing. And it was so sad because it was so relatable for some of the girlies of just how society treats women like they're objects.
I think also it was just I'm thinking it now just throughout from the beginning. Then when she was talking about her past and just how nonchalant she was talking about some of the worst experiences she's ever had, my mouth dropped.
Yeah, but it makes you think she's used to them now. She's talked about it probably so many times.
Literally, she just casually mentioned some of her childhood trauma, and I was like, huh?
We're not gonna get into
we are not saying specifics.
So if you want to watch it yourselves, but we don't want to trigger anyone.
I think if you have seen Pamela Anderson on just Baywatch or know her because of Tommy Lee, and you're just because none of us here are we're not big Pamela stans. We all appreciate Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
As just the icon that she is. We were all just let's take a watch. I'm her biggest fan right now.
No, literally.
Her biggest fan.
I just had
she deserved $1 million in compensation.
I'm trying to find the words to describe how I feel.
It's so hard.
I had an out of body experience.
I
think she is genuinely a poet. The way that
I know.
Yes.
Her journals was literally if I could compare it to anything, I could literally compare it to Lana Del Rey's poetry.
That's literally what I was thinking of. Yes.
I was just Pamela is such a creative person, and people don't realize that.
She's such a sensitive soul.
Even when she was in Playboy, she had this character that she was playing, so she was acting.
Yeah.
She acted in Baywatch. She was on Broadway. She's such a creative person, and nobody ever asked her questions about that. It was always objectifying her.
There was literally 3 minutes in the documentary about how they only asked her about plastic surgery and her boyfriends.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all that ever got asked. But there's just like so much depth to her. And I'm glad that she was able to talk about it because I think that helped us better understand her as a person.
Yeah.
Yes, because I remember when Pam and Tommy came out and I was like, you know what, like maybe I'll watch it. I'm not like the biggest Pamela stan, but like, I mean, like I said, she's an icon. And then when I found out that Pamela did not approve of it and didn't want it to go on, even before I really like watched the documentary, like genuinely love Pamela Anderson, I was like, I'm not watching it for her.
Oh, yeah.
Like I literally did not watch a single glimpse of this show because I was like, Pamela doesn't want me to watch it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I respected her before I knew her, and now I just respect her. I don't know how, even more.
Yeah.
I really do. I just
No, I get that.
I think the thing with the documentary is that it brought out like a different side. I think the majority of the people just kind of see her as like Playboy, Baywatch, and just kind of see her as like a certain kind of symbol instead of as a human and as a person who was like, she was a child once, she grew up and she was a sensitive soul. She was like, I relate to her in a lot of ways because like she's very much like, she romanticizes everything in her life. Like she loves animals more than people. No offense to the people out there, but I like animals more. And she relates to like being sexualized a lot. Like not relates. She expressed of how sexualized she was, even though she was like, I'm a unique human. I'm very smart. I'm very sensitive. I'm very passionate about some of these things, and like people only saw her as like a sex symbol.
Yeah.
And so I think it brought an entire new light to what went down, where in reality she was just a young girl who wanted to be in love. She needed money. She wanted to support her parents. She wanted to get out of her small little town that was literally just an island. She was scared to go to the mainland because in Canada, because it literally said that her mom didn't want her to go to the mainlands up in Canada because someone was shot in Texas the other day. And so it kind of just shows that like she really was just a small town girl. She was not there just for like fame and money. She shot for Playboy and was thinking that she was going to go home and like leave. Like she was not just like money hungry, like wanting to be famous. Everyone thought that she was just like this blonde bombshell, and I know that I keep going in circles, but like it showed really that like society just saw her as this one thing, as the girl who posed for Playboy, when in reality that was a character. In real life she was a mother. She was a loving mother. She loved animals. She was very passionate about like human rights. She was very passionate about like just everyone. Like she cared about everyone, and everyone just dumped all of their crap on her and just exploited her for money.
I think what really affected me the most, I'm taking the sunglasses off, and every single time I think about this, I cry.
I feel like I know what it is. What is it?
Like when she was talking about how Tommy was like the only person she could ever love in life, but she could either be alone, or she would rather be alone than never be with Tommy, but she can't be with Tommy after what happened.
My mouth dropped.
And I am such a love cynic. I've never seen a person as romantic as Pamela Anderson. I truly think she's the most romantic person that's ever been living on the earth. But she has been the person who has been sabotaged by love the most.
Yes.
And I think that is the most heartbreaking part. And I was crying so hard then.
I know.
It just sucks. Like, I don't want anyone to go through that. I wish she never gone through that. I wish everything just would have worked out in her life. But, like, also it made her a stronger woman.
I know.
And it made her make this documentary and be able to share her own, like you said, narrative with the world. And she raised two beautiful boys.
I know.
Oh my God.
Who love her so much and protect her. Like, I'm so glad she has them.
It is beautiful, genuinely beautiful how much they both respect their mother.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just the fact that, Brandon, like, it's kind of funny because it kind of like sounded like he was acting like her father. Just being like, like, I saw this, I saw that. And she was like, I don't care, let's live life. And I'm like, that's so me, girl. But it's also just like, they care for her so much and they look out for her, and they understand that you can't change the past,
Yeah.
but you can move on. Hence why she was on Broadway and literally
an icon. She
slayed.
played Roxy in Chicago.
And she didn't have any singing or dancing like background.
I'm not gonna
and
lie.
she was
Like, that
so
was
good.
crazy.
So I was a theater kid who couldn't sing. And so when I saw her and I heard her at the beginning, I was like, oh, girly, I get you. But then when I saw it in her final performance, I was like, dang, she turned that around.
That
Like,
final performance with like the montage in the background of her
Yeah.
life. I was like,
Oh my
this is,
God.
like, so perfect
I
for
know.
her. And also talking about that, I loved how she talked about the Roxy character.
yeah.
Yes.
And she like
She was-
actually understood the woman that she was because
Yeah.
she could relate. And
Like,
I was just like, oh my God.
That's
Pamela,
why
you're
I think
so
that's why she
beautiful.
portrayed the character so well, because
I
she just
know.
understood.
No, literally, because they were the one, I think it was like the vocal coach or the acting, so one of the people that was like helping her get ready for her performance, and like that one Pinkish studio where they were saying like Roxy's just a girl who wants to be famous. That's all she wants. And then Pamela was like, I don't think that that's what she wants. I think that she wants to be confident. I think she wants to be independent. I think she wants to be able to do all of these things. And I was like, Pamela like has just gone through pretty much every bad thing that a woman can go through, and so she's literally so relatable on that level. But I think that it's very like, it's heartwarming to be able to see that she was able to come out on the other end. Because I know that a lot of like girls will see that and be like, oh, like maybe I'm going through this really bad thing where like I'm in a toxic relationship, or like something of mine, like information of mine has been released to the public that I don't want to be. And they can see it and be like, oh, you can get over that, and you can grow, and you can become a better person. Like, she became an amazing mother. The way that those boys were like defending their mom, like the way that the one person said, like the one kid was saying like, I wish she would have just taken the money, but the younger one was like, I see that like she sacrificed so much to be able to like, she put this family first. She could have had $5 million, but she said, no, I will not sacrifice my family for that.
Yeah.
And so I think it just proves how amazing of a person she is.
Sorry, not to interrupt. But just a reminder, you're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM online at widrfm.org. Okay, I have this like thing that I've been thinking. So I know we talked about how like so many women can relate, but also I feel like individually her experiences are so unique that
Yeah.
no one's ever going to experience what she
No,
experienced.
not even close.
And obviously it's like a known thing that like no two people are the same, but like
Yeah.
you take us and put us in a room of other teenage girls, there's gonna be so many similarities.
Yeah.
I truly don't believe anybody will ever be like Pamela Anderson.
No.
Ever. I think she is like the most unique person to
Yes.
ever be on earth.
Yeah, I wasn't really saying that like her story as a whole. I was just saying that like there's certain aspects that like it felt like it was like it was kind of like group therapy. Like,
No, it was
talking
more-
to people.
no,
I completely understand what you're
Yeah.
saying, but like in my brain, I have this thing
Yes.
where like it's just people are so unique that like you can
Yeah.
relate and like understand, but
Oh,
you're
yeah, no.
never gonna relate 100%.
No.
No,
That's
like
just how my brain thinks.
she literally was the pioneer for so many. So many. And it's just like, oh.
Also,
Just
she was
did
really
not-
young when it all started.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine how that's like. But now she's chilling. She lives in a little cottage on a
in
beach.
Canada.
On
work.
Canada, she has her own little garden. She was picking flowers. She's growing her own carrots.
Feeding carrots to the dog.
I know she literally went to the grocery store and like 2 minutes away from her house got a box of hair dye, and that's how she dyes her hair.
I love her. I just
literally
love her.
that is. I genuinely see myself, like maybe I'll have a partner, maybe I won't, but I genuinely see that as like being my future. Like once my kids are like in college, adults, like I just want to live on a cute little beach house, like not even like 300 square feet, just vibing for the rest of my life. Like she has my dream life.
Same, actually. I want to live in Canada. I just want to like
Really?
live alone. Yeah. If I don't
Wow.
stay in Michigan, I'm going to Canada.
No, I was gonna say
I've always been fascinated with Canada, so I actually really understand that.
I want to go there. I think I might go there this
I
year.
want to visit Pamela Anderson and have a conversation.
Oh
I want to
my
invite her to the
God.
podcast.
I don't want to bug her though. I wouldn't bug her.
Yeah, but I think like were so respectful, and I think she would just like have so much fun.
Pamela, I promise you can talk the entire time. We'll just admire you.
I know.
Yeah, like I will probably like shed a few tears. Like,
No, literally.
I'd be like, oh my
she
god.
should write a poetry book. I want to get her actual book, but she needs to write poetry.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Oh my god, she does.
I know. Like, I feel like if she wrote a poetry book, then I'd be like, girl, you're set for life. You never have to talk to the media again. Goodbye.
Literally.
Enjoy the rest of your life.
I cannot express to y'all, I am a sucker. Literally sucker by Jonas Brothers. I love celebrity poetry books so times a million, trillion, million, jillion with the penny and the willion so many times. I love poetry books, but it's like I feel like it is so vulnerable for celebrities to do, and I feel like Pamela would excel. Literally excel.
It would be like a self-help book.
Because literally her life was just poetry. Like
know.
the way that she literally I need to like start rewriting my journals, because literally when I heard just like how she like now obviously everyone like whatever you romanticize your life, but like she like romanticized her life in words, and that there's such a difference.
And it was weird because they were just like regular statements, but the way that it was like it was Pamela's writing.
No,
and the way that it was
I'm putting that into the universe.
Like,
please.
It felt like song lyrics.
Please.
My mom is listening, I was listening to her audiobook, and she said even the audiobook sounds like poetry in itself.
No,
Yeah.
literally,
I think
please.
it's just literally Pamela's essence.
I know,
is
for those of
poetry.
you who haven't seen it, she pretty much has like always journaled throughout her entire life, and she had like hundreds of journals. I also think it's really vulnerable and brave of her to be able to go back and reread, because if I went back and reread some of my journals, oof.
Well,
We
actually,
watch videos and all
Oh
that
my
stuff.
God.
well, actually,
I would be on the floor.
she didn't.
I'd be crying.
She didn't read them. She made. I think
She
someone
read
just,
some of them.
Yeah, but she literally said in the beginning, she was like, no, like someone dubbed her voice.
I was
Like
about to
she.
say, I think it was a different
No,
voice
she
dub.
didn't. She didn't go back. They had to pick them for her. I mean, she obviously the director, which honestly I don't know the director really, but like I don't know who they just seemed like a very like genuine person, and they were like,
they seemed like they cared about her.
because they were asking, they were like, you know, like
you
is
don't
it
have
okay?
to,
And they were like,
like-
oh yeah, like you're fine. But I don't really honestly have anything else to say. Just I'm literally the biggest Pamela stan of ever, and
I know.
I'm putting it out there. It is Sunday, February 5th, 2:50 in 2023. Please, Pamela, please have a poetry book. I will literally be able to die happy if you do.
We'll like
Thank
upload
you.
this to like we'll upload this audio clip to all of our social medias to try and get out just like
Please, Pamela, please.
3 college girls on the radio begging Pamela Anderson to have a poetry book.
I bet, honestly, if you're ever on Twitter and somebody says that, please send it to me, because I need that to start a revolution.
Okay.
I know people are like, I love having niche ideas. No, this can't be niche. I need this to blow up. I need so many people to tell Pamela Anderson to make a poetry book that literally she has to. But like for good reason though. She's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're so right, because she clearly wants to keep in the public eye, because her son Brandon is like, just go away, we'll all live a happy life, and she's like,
I know.
I can't.
She's worked so hard.
Like she's
throughout her life.
show me through. Like I can't
Yeah.
imagine. Like I don't care if I'm 50, 60 on my deathbed. I need to get up and I need to write some poetry. I need to go smell some air.
Her
like,
Broadway debut being
some-
Roxy in her 50s, I can't even imagine doing that.
Oh
And
my God.
I'm like barely 20, and I can't even imagine doing that.
I think what I appreciated the most about her documentary, this is like my last comment, was that she was so vulnerable, but
Yes.
she also kept things private, so she still has things to herself.
Yeah.
She didn't just give everything to us, and I think that's just so beautiful.
I
and I'm
know.
happy for
She's
her.
she's an inspiration. We got to add her to our fridge of icons. We have pictures of people that we look up to / we think are hot. We can add her to the look up. Well, it's
Both.
so far it's the Jonas Brothers and the original Harvey from Sabrina, because he is the love of my life. But you know,
No Leo getting into Titanic. You don't have Leo up on your fridge?
okay. So far, what we've done is it's only from like shows that we've watched and completed. Like we finished Sabrina. We didn't really. We like skipped the last season. I was so upset with it. And then we watched the Jonas Brothers show. We kind of watched Jonas LA. I like Jonas LA more, but we didn't finish it just because it was like, I know it's so good. And so we have a picture of the Jonas Brothers, and then we have the Harvey guy, and we're gonna add Dylan O'Brien soon once we finish the Maze Runner. And now that we've watched Pamela, we can put Pamela up there.
Yay! right.
I know, of like our
all I care about is Leo
it'll just be the
DiCaprio.
icons wall instead of just
I'm taking Nell down. I'm just putting up Leo. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I guess now that we watched what's it called together, The Wolf of Wall Street, it's like pretty much anything that we watch together, we can pick like someone that's like an inspiration, an icon who we love, or just that we think are hot.
We're chill. We'll talk about that later. Like literally, I just want to talk about Titanic so badly. It is the 25th anniversary. I literally cannot express it enough how
We
much
got tickets,
we
y'all.
all love this movie.
Okay, I'm not even just saying this to say this right now. Titanic's my favorite movie. Like of all.
No,
time.
that's so valid. It is top 10 for me.
It's literally number one.
That I respect that. I really do.
It's in my top 5 at least.
So, I got tickets to see it. Yeah, it's in 3D. I'm gonna be watching.
I cannot
believe. Come in my like.
We're gonna have to bring in like a jumbo pack of tissues.
I
I'm not
literally
even kidding.
cannot believe it's in 3D. It makes it just so much goofier.
We're gonna have to watch that one guy have that have the pillar fall on him in 3D. I'm not looking forward to that.
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna cry because I cannot tell you how much I am going to cry at this movie. Like it is going to be filled with teenage, for anywhere from teenage to like 65-year-old women all just sobbing.
Listen, I know I've said this to both of you so many times, and I'm not just saying this to be dramatic. Whenever I watch this movie, I'm actually like depressed for 3 months.
No, yeah, I know.
So like, I just am gonna need time. Like on the podcast, if I sound different, just know
we'll give a disclaimer like, hey, we just saw Titanic in 3D. We're changed humans.
We're seeing it on Friday, guys. So keep us in your prayers on Friday.
On the day of like when it came to theater.
Yeah.
So it's being shown from the 9th to the 12th of this month. So go get your tickets if you haven't yet.
Unless they're sold out. I've heard
Unless they're sold out.
I've heard like
IMAX theater sold out in literally a day. So.
No, literally, like we were up the morning of like being like, we gotta get tickets, and then I tried to get them, and it literally said that all of them were sold out, but I think that was just a glitch. But still.
Yeah, I don't know. I had to like do like a code or something. I was like, you know what? We're just gonna go to a regular theater.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had some questions like target audience for this re-release. Do we think it's more for like our generation of people who have never seen it in theaters before?
No, and why I'm going to say no is because I went to go see Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again the day that it came out, 2018, and
all elderly women.
All elderly. Literally, me and my friend at the time were literally the only like teens in that theater. Yeah. The only two. And everyone was like looking around there like, oh my God, like it's so nice to see teens. I'm like sobbing. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. Like when Cher came out, I was like, okay. Honestly though, like the only person who was going to be able to go see that with me was my grandma, and she is in fact in her 70s. But so like that is like the only person that I tried to get like 10 people to go with me, and no one wanted to. And then I talked to my grandma, and she was like, yeah, I'll go with. We didn't end up going, but still.
Wait. So valid. Thanks, Grams. But I'm retracting that because I think that Mamma Mia reaches a more elderly audience just because of like the ages or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually think it's going to be people our parents' age, because I remember my mom, hi mom if you're listening, she said that her and her BFF Jen went to go see it. Like they skipped class to go see it,
Everyone skipped school to see Titanic.
And that's why I'm like, is it going to more be like Gen Xers pulling up? Being
I think it's going to be like 40s and up.
My parents saw it in theaters, but they're not gonna go, and I was like, why?
They don't want to come with us and sob.
No, literally.
Literally.
I think it's like I'm like, there's so many things I need to like start writing down, like things that just make sense so I could just die peacefully in life. Like, I'm not saying I'm not dying now, let's not go crazy, but like, you know, when I'm like 93 and it's my, you know, and I've lived my life and I like plan to like die in a certain way, because I will make that happen, because I'm God tier. I will be like, I'll like look at my list the night before I know that I'm gonna die. I'll be like, I saw Titanic on the big screen. Pamela wrote a poetry book. Lana's new album was literally the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Dark. Oh my God.
It's not dark. It's just
Beyonce on tour.
Oh, I wish. We're not. We can't. I know I can't see Beyonce on tour, and that's genuinely upsetting to me. But that's a topic that I'll just cry about a different day. But like, you know, it's like these things. It was like $20 for a ticket, but it's like whatever. I don't really care. But it's the fact that it's like these kind of moments just. There's so much more than just like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like when they really say like experiences over material things, it's something like this where you really realize that is just such a true statement, because I have a shirt. It says "Real Men Watch Titanic." I love that shirt. I actually bought it in Paige's bed like about a year ago.
That is true.
And
You were just scrolling through Etsy?
yeah, it was like 3 in the morning, and I was like, Paige, I have to get this. It was like April, like my birthday's coming up. It's my birthday present to myself. Best present I've ever gotten was myself, as I should. I know myself the most. That's so true. But the point is, I love this shirt. But the shirt isn't going to let me watch Titanic in 3D on the big screen.
Yeah.
This experience will, which is why what you were saying with the re-release for future of theaters, I think that theaters are rising again. And I think that this will only help it more to make people realize that watching not even just like your favorite movie, but just like genuinely good movies in theater is worth the money.
Because I'm thinking of things that have been re-released, and most of them have been James Cameron movies. Titanic's being re-released.
Yeah.
Avatar was re-released.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of like other films that have been re-released, but I think it's going to become more popularized for these like iconic movies to be re-released.
For like their anniversaries.
They do it all the time in my theater at home. All the time.
Yeah, well that's like a major city though. This is a big deal for like a small.
It's just in my hometown.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like in Chicago.
No. Oh, wait, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying like it's probably going to become more popular in like regular theater.
I would agree. Yeah. Sorry, my brain could not comprehend what you were saying. I was like, what?
Like Celebration,
Yeah.
AMC, things like that.
I would also like to add that while we are saying that like the target audience is going to be like older women, I do think that our generation has a very special love for Leonardo DiCaprio, because I've said it on this podcast before. Our generation does have an obsession with men in their 40s, and of course Leonardo DiCaprio.
Guilty.
Yeah, of course Leonardo DiCaprio falls under that, and like
my king.
We just really grew up. Like I literally knew girls in middle school who would write like Leo on their hand every day.
I felt that. I genuinely felt that.
I have seen 23 of his movies just because I love him.
I really respect
I've seen like almost all of his film discography.
And like and I think that like everyone in our generation still loves that movie because it's so iconic. At least the
Wait, we're talking about Titanic, right?
Yes.
All right, making sure.
What else would I be talking about?
Well, I don't know where you were going, so I was like making sure.
No.
I was like confused.
Leo has many iconic movies.
Yes.
See, I've never watched a movie that he's in that isn't bad. Just saying.
Same. Actually, not true. I've seen one and I don't like it. But
which one?
That's not. I saw Body of Lies, but that's just because I didn't like the plot. It wasn't
fair.
his fault.
So like, I think that there are going to be like some younger girls there, especially because frankly, at least for a place like Kalamazoo, like if we're in a college town, I think our theater is going to be majority women, like younger women. But I just think that people we're kind of underestimating the fact that like this movie kind of transcends like a generation. Like when you think about it, like think about like certain 90s movies, it's kind of like we were talking about Practical Magic last night. Like the majority of people who have like watched that movie and like still enjoy it to this day and like rewatch it are not our age. But no, I'm saying the majority, not us.
Well, that's why. Well, also, I agree with your comment, but I literally do not think that people know that theaters exist in Kalamazoo.
Well, we have like one.
There's like literally.
There's
like
two. I literally don't
there's
think
two.
that teen girls actually like look and they're like, wait. The only reason that we knew was because me and Paige love going to the theater.
Yeah,
we
that's true.
literally go to the theater every month.
Like literally, that's the only reason why we knew.
I think that like everyone loves Leonardo DiCaprio. I know that he's a bit of a controversial figure sometimes with his dating, but like still everyone like loves him.
He's a phenomenal actor.
And he really is a talented actor. Like it's Titanic is also just like I don't see that movie being topped. Like people have tried to do it, like making a 3-hour movie feel like that good. Like it doesn't feel like a 3-hour movie. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I watched Avatar I was like, is this over yet? Like the first one.
Babylon was good.
Like there hasn't been like a 3-hour movie that genuinely felt like I was reading a book, because there was the plot was so good and there wasn't really that many like dry moments, but it also didn't feel like it dragged. It was so like, this movie is so good. I cannot even express to you how much I love this movie. Obviously not as much as Paige, but
Oh yeah, no.
no.
Just a reminder, you're listening to 89.1 WIDR FM online at widrfm.org. I probably couldn't quote the whole thing, but I probably could like go scene by scene and be like, what happened?
Like,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, that's how I am with
love
Mamma Mia.
Yeah, I just love this movie so much. I remember
And Harry
watching
Potter.
it for the first time. I was like maybe 13.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I know.
And then
I
like,
watched the
since
TV
then,
version first, though.
I've probably seen it like 20 times.
I
I've seen
genuinely
It's,
love this movie.
I think the last time that I saw it was when we were in my dorm room last year, but to be fair, I literally like had to shower in the middle.
shower in the middle of Titanic. Who are you?
I was like, I had worked out that day. I was like,
You're
I
really
feel-
flexing that water scene. That was you. You like manifested that water scene.
No, I literally I left. I did my entire skincare routine, and I still had only missed like maybe 15% of the movie. That movie is so long. It's so good though.
It doesn't even feel long because it's just so good.
That was Be with
what I'm
Babylon. I was
saying.
just like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Plus, it really is just like it is for the romantics out there, because it is just genuinely like it makes me want to go on a cruise just so I can like find some man, fall deeply in love with him, and then never see him again after 5 days.
Also, I just have to point out the fact that yes, we talk about Leo. Yes, we talk about Kate. But we have to talk about Kathy Bates.
Oh my gosh.
She eats that role up.
Oh, she does. She does.
Literally, like,
I love Kathy Bates. Oh my god.
When I saw how she acted in real life, I was like, I literally thought that she was like, no, I literally thought that her.
like something in
I literally
me.
thought that her in that role was like, because that was like, I watched that movie at a younger age, so obviously I wasn't really watching many Kathy Bates like films or shows or whatever. I literally thought, like, at first I figured she was typecast because she was so perfect in the role, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, she's just an
Also,
amazing actor.
I mean, that character,
actress.
That character is based off a literal real person.
Yeah.
They look identical.
I know.
Oh, when I saw that, I was like, oh, Kathy.
Kathy Bates is. I really hope that Kathy Bates gets like I know that she's like.
Oh, she is recognized. She's an
recognized,
icon.
But I hope that like I feel like she's not as recognized as she should be.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I love Kathy Bates.
I love her. I literally could cry right now.
I literally-
her in that role and like the outfits that she wears.
Wait, have you seen AHS Coven?
Yes.
I'm just like, I love her.
That show, it literally took me like a month to get through the first season of American Horror Story because I was so traumatized.
I
Have you ever seen
love that show.
Fried Green Tomatoes with Kathy Bates? That's such a phenomenal movie. It's
What
so
is a movie that I
beautiful.
saw?
Again, I don't have
women friendships.
I don't have the best taste in movies. Like if it has like I want to watch I like watching stupid movies and I like watching romantic
You
movies.
should watch Shotgun Wedding.
I will.
Actually.
That actually made me audibly laugh.
I like watching
I
stuff
heard
that's
it.
I like watching stuff that's like very romantic or that's gonna like make me pee my pants laughing. I don't really like to watch serious movies. Sorry, I just had to get that thought out there, but y'all were laughing. My bad. My bad.
Oh my god, I literally forgot that I was in person and I can't just say, well, now you know that if I text you, I audibly laughed. This is proof that I actually do audibly laugh.
I heard you laugh like 3 seconds before you said that.
Any more thoughts on Titanic, ladies?
I actually am dying. Wait, I love Leo. I love Kate. I love Kathy. I love Titanic. That's all I can
what's
say.
your like favorite scene?
oh,
or, like,
wait,
plot point?
Wait. Can I say one thing? I
my
have
God.
the magazine about it.
Yes.
There's a magazine?
I posted
Emma,
it on Snapchat
that's
story, y'all.
when we were laughing so hard.
Oh. Yeah, I don't hear like 60% of things.
No,
Okay,
no,
I'm
I
sorry.
know. No, I'm not saying right now. I'm saying that night when I thought that it was Rose, but it was, what's it called? And I texted her and I was like, I love that. And she goes, I know. Like,
Oh, that! Oh my gosh, I forgot about
That
that.
is the
magazine.
that is the magazine that we're talking
So,
about.
Gossip, Energy, they shot the one scene where obviously the end scene where Jack is like, don't let go.
The most debatable.
That was on Kate's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if I had to do that on my
And
birthday.
she was like, Leo, it's my birthday. And he was like, okay, I don't care.
No, literally. When I heard that in an interview like a few years ago, I was like, Leo.
Leo, count your days.
Leo, count your days.
I'm convinced that they're soulmates and they're just gonna like eventually like they're like
No, I think they're platonic.
No, I mean platonic soulmates.
Oh,
and I think
yeah.
eventually when she literally confessed her, like, she was like, I love you. I've loved you for 12 years at that award show. And she's like, and shout out to my husband. That was so funny. But I think that eventually they're just going to be like homies in like their 80s, living in like the same like retirement place and just hanging out every day. But anyway, I want to know either what your favorite like scene plot point is or how you feel about the door.
I love everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, what's your favorite?
My favorite scene is when they sneak off to the other party.
That's mine
And they do
too.
They're doing their Irish jig. They're like, hey, let's go.
And she goes on the table and she goes on her toes. She's like, I love
I know.
it. I love it. I love it.
I love any scene where Kate Winslet is in the screen. I love Kate Winslet so much. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment. And that's all I have to say. Literally, I'm done speaking.
Okay, I'm gonna pick something different. I guess my favorite is when they're like, it's kind of a gross scene, but it's just because it's like so funny and it just shows that he like brings out a different side in her, like lets her be like her fun self instead of her serious self. That like when he's like showing her how to like literally just spit.
Yeah, that is.
It's gross. But it's like
Just 'cause
it's
so
funny.
unlike her.
I know, it's so unlike her. It's like oh, this like city boy who's like from, actually I don't think he's a city boy. He's a small town boy from Wisconsin, and it shows that like he just brings out a different side in her. And then I also love the one where they're like running and like giggling and laughing because they're running away from the guard.
Yes,
that one's
after
so
the car.
cute.
Oh my god.
Did you see the deleted scene when they're in the boiler room?
What?
No.
What? I'll show y'all later.
Okay.
No, that's such a good scene. And
'Cause
then
I
they
love
are
it.
going down the elevator.
I know. And then she like flips him off, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, I
Also,
love it.
Another underrated moment is when she's practicing swinging to get him out of the cuffs.
I
and
know.
and she's like, or Leo's like, or I guess it's Jack, is like, okay, like, hit that wood over there. And then she does it, and he's like, okay, do it again. And she hits it in a completely different place.
I know.
And then he's like, okay, good enough.
I know.
That
I
was
love them
good.
together. That's literally, I know that they were only together for like 5 days, but like that's just what I want in life. Like I want my Jack.
Oh,
I just need my Jack.
I don't know why, but I thought you were saying just like Kate and Leo. Was like they were on set for like 8 months.
No.
I was like,
No.
what?
No. Jack and
Okay.
Rose.
Now can we talk about the door?
Yeah, okay, wait.
Honestly, we said we were gonna go over an hour with this,
Yeah,
but
no. I'm finding a tweet.
Okay.
James Cameron recreates the Titanic raft sequence with 2 stunt people and finally admits that Jack could have survived by sharing the door with Rose.
I would like to say, why does no one talk about the fact of hypothermia? He was in the water.
Oh, wait,
If he had
Dad,
gotten out, he would have died.
Dad, I'm so sorry. You literally said not to spoil, and we are. That is my apologies.
Olivia.
Your dad's never seen Titanic?
He's never seen it all the way through.
Oh my gosh.
I am so sorry. I wouldn't have said anything if I knew that. Like, had never
My
said
bad, Nick. My
anything.
bad.
Guys, it is okay. I will make my dad watch it with me eventually.
Well, hey, there's so much crap that happens in like that final 40 minutes that is like a genuine like shock. Besides just that,
He was joking. I swear, my dad does not
about
care
to
if
say,
the
also,
the
like,
Titanic is
that's on him if he
spoiled.
has not seen that movie.
But like, even if you haven't seen the movie, you know.
Yeah, everyone knows. Okay, can I share my thoughts on the door? Mm-hmm. So I think everyone is talking about like, well, they both could have shared the door. First off, if they had shared the door, also they were literally in a very traumatic situation. They were in shock. They were not thinking straight. And he was probably just like, I need to do everything to save the woman that I love, which like, oh my God, I love that. But yeah, that and the fact that like they probably would have both had to be like kind of halfway off, so the lower half of their body would have been in the water, or like at least their feet or something. And it's also very difficult. It probably would have taken them like 10 minutes to both get on the boat, and they were just like, the water was freezing. They were gonna freeze to death if they were still in the water. Like they realistically, like with the idea of like a traumatic situation, the buoyancy of the door, and like trying to fit 2 adult bodies on there like in a calm fashion, by the time that they had been able to do it, they probably would have been in the water. And then into the freezing air for so long, they literally would have like froze to death or gotten hypothermia and like immediately like died.
It would have been a cop out.
Yeah.
So, like, it's the Titanic.
Yeah.
Not everything is rainbows and kisses. And clearly,
I know.
what they did was successful because it's still talked about to this day.
I know.
I think it makes the storyline complete. I
Yes.
think it would have been so like
It's-
typical if he
Yeah.
survived.
So boring.
Can I make a confession though?
Yeah.
So last year when we watched Titanic in my dorm room, I literally was like, oh, God, I wonder what it would be like if Jack had survived. And so I literally went on Wattpad and I found a fan fiction of if Jack had survived. And I read the entire thing. It was
probably
awful.
should've stayed in your head.
No,
In
because
your head.
I needed
No
it.
judgment, no
I needed
judgment.
it. I needed to know what would happen.
You know what makes me cry every single time I hear it is when Rose says, "I don't have any pictures of him."
I know.
The only image of him that I have is in my imagination.
I know. Imagine. And the thing is, even then, like, you would think, like, even like,
I'm literally done.
you would think that even though that's the love of your life, like, if you don't see someone, you eventually, like, you start to forget their face. Like, even if you, like, are so in love with them, like, after years, and then I'm pretty sure it's after 7 years, if you don't hear someone's voice, you literally cannot remember it. So she, like, forgot his voice. She probably forgot his face. She just really remembered, like, details. I feel, oh my goodness, it's just so much.
Well, we're gonna watch that next week. So
Wait, what are your thoughts on The Door?
I told you.
Oh,
He wouldn't. It would have sunk logistically, and I think that it is very rightfully so because it's still talked about to this day.
yeah.
I mean, Paige has a shirt now with it. It's clearly a.
2 shirts.
I think literally it's ahead of its time because it's such a good marketing tactic.
Yeah. Do you think?
And now it's here.
I was about to say, do you think the ending is part of what like makes it so memorable?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. We're on the same page with that.
Okay. I literally can't talk about it
I'm literally
anymore.
done. Like
I
I will start crying if we talk about it more. To be honest.
So we'll be back next week. We're gonna be for sure talking about Grammys next week.
Yes.
So if you
Oh my
wondering why
God,
we weren't
yes.
talking about it, it's 'cause
Yeah,
it
make-
hasn't happened yet.
Make sure you watch
So-
it tonight.
Yes.
Or don't, and we'll just tell you
we'll
what's
fill
up.
you in.
We'll give you what's actually important.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. I know we went over, but it's fun. Oh, I have to say this before we leave. You are listening to 89.1 WIDR FM online at widrfm.org.
Period.
Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias at the Pop Effect Pod with an E on TikTok and Instagram. Like I said before, we're slow a little bit on the TikTok just because we're kind of still starting out, but Instagram is where like you will find all of the information about this podcast.
And we do like fun songs every week.
I know we started doing that.
We
I
be
love that.
slay.
It's fun. I love
I know
it.
we did 90s songs this week, so if you want to see our favorite 90s songs, go check out our Instagram stories.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll
Good-
see you next week.
Goodbye, silly girls.
Bye.
Support student media. Donate to 89.1 WIDR FM using the Support WIDR tab in the top right-hand corner on widrfm.org. Thanks for widening our opportunities.